على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا خيرة الله وابن خيرته، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. يا أبا عبد الله، يا أبا لقد عظمت الرزية وجلت وعظمت المصيبة بك علينا وعلى جميع أهل الإسلام، وجلت وعظمت مصيبتك في السماوات على جميع أهل السماوات، فلعن الله أمة أسست أساس الظلم والجور عليكم أهل البيت، ولعن الله أمة دفعتكم عن مقامكم وأزالتكم عن مراتبكم التي رتبكم الله فيها، ولعن الله أمة قتلتكم، ولعن الله الممهدين لهم بالتمكين من قتالكم. برئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم ومن أشياعهم وأتباعهم وأوليائهم. يا أبا عبد الله، يا أبا إني سلم لمن سالمكم وحرب لمن حاربكم إلى يوم القيامة، ولعن الله آل زياد وآل مروان، ولعن الله بني أمية قاطبة، ولعن الله ابن مرجانة، ولعن الله عمر بن سعد، ولعن الله شمرا، ولعن الله أمة أسرجت وألجمت وتنقبت لقتالك بأبي أنت وأمي، لقد عظم مصابي بك، فأسأل الله الذي أكرم مقامك وأكرمني بك أن يرزقني طلب ثارك مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم اجعلني عندك وجيها بالحسين عليه السلام في الدنيا والآخرة. يا أبا عبد الله، يا أبا إني أتقرب إلى الله وإلى رسوله وإلى أمير المؤمنين وإلى فاطمة وإلى الحسن وإليك بموالاتك وبالبراءة ممن قاتلك ونصب لك الحرب وبالبراءة ممن أسس أساس الظلم والجور عليكم وأبرأ إلى الله وإلى رسوله ممن أسس أساس ذلك وبنى عليه بنيانا وجرى في ظلمه وجوره عليكم وعلى أشياعكم. برئت إلى الله وإليكم منهم وأتقرب إلى الله ثم إليكم بموالاتكم وموالاة وليكم وبالبراءة من أعدائكم والناصبين لكم الحرب وبالبراءة من أشياعهم وأتباعهم. إني سلم لمن سالمكم وحرب لمن حاربكم وولي لمن والاكم وعدو لمن عاداكم. فأسأل الله الذي يكرمني بمعرفتكم ومعرفة أوليائكم ورزقني البراءة من أعدائكم أن يجعلني معكم في الدنيا والآخرة وأن يثبت لي عندكم قدم صدق في الدنيا والآخرة وأسأله أن يبلغني المقام المحمود لكم عند الله وأن يرزقني طلب ثاري مع إمام هدى ظاهر ناطق بالحق منكم. وأسأل الله بحقكم وبالشأن الذي لكم عنده أن يعطيني بمصابي بكم أفضل ما يعطي مصابا بمصيبته، مصيبة ما أعظمها وأعظم رزيتها في الإسلام وفي جميع السماوات والأرض. اللهم اجعلني في مقامي هذا ممن تناله منك صلوات ورحمة ومغفرة. This is the best dua. If you understand the meaning of this dua, this is one of the best things we can ask. Allahumma ij'al mahyaya mahya Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Oh Allah, make my life a lifetime in the same way as the Prophet and his family. اللهم اجعل محياي محيا محمد وآل محمد ومماتي ممات محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إن هذا يوم تبركت به بنو أمية وابن آكلة الأكباد اللعين ابن اللعين على لسانك ولسان نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله في كل موطن وموقف وقف فيه نبيك صلى الله عليه وآله. اللهم لعن أبا سفيان ومعاوية ويزيد بن معاوية عليهم منك اللعنة أبد الآبدين. وهذا يوم فرحت به آل زياد وآل مروان بقتلهم الحسين صلوات الله عليه. اللهم فضاعف عليهم اللعن منك والعذاب الأليم. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك في هذا اليوم وفي موقفي هذا وأيام حياتي بالبراءة منهم واللعنة عليهم وبالموالاة لنبيك وآل نبيك عليه وعليهم السلام. اللهم لعن أول ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك. اللهم لعن العصابة التي جاهدت الحسين وشايعت وبايعت وتابعت على قتله. اللهم لعنهم جميعا. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن everyone وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب. اللهم خص أنت أول ظالم باللعن مني، وابدأ به أولا ثم العن الثاني والثالث والرابع. اللهم لعن يزيد خامسا، ولعن عبيد الله بن زياد وابن مرجان وعمر بن سعد وشمرا وآل أبي سفيان وآل زياد وآل مروان إلى يوم القيامة. سجده. Brothers, come inshallah to the front line. First, be grateful for all the blessing you can count, including the blessing of being guided. Allahumma laka alhamdu hamda ash-shakirin laka ala musabihim. Alhamdulillah ala azim raziyati. Allahumma arzuqni شفاعة الحسين يوم الورود. O Allah, grant me the intercession of Hussein on the day of coming to you. وثبت لي قدم صدق عندك مع الحسين وأصحاب الحسين. And make for me with you a firm step of honesty with Hussein and the companions of Hussein. الذين بذلوا مهجهم دون الحسين عليه السلام. صلوات. 2 rakat prayers dedicated to the Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam is mustahab, recommended.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. تا هست جهان شور محرم باقی است، این جلوه جان در همه عالم باقی است. از ناله نینوای یاران حسین همواره به لب زمزمه غم باقی است. فرارسیدن ماه محرم، ایام شهادت و سوگواری سید سالار جهان حضرت ابو عبدالله الحسین علیه السلام خدمت همه شما عزیزان و سروران پیروان اهل بیت تسلیت عرض میکنیم. میریم و برنامه امشب مسجد الرسول با تلاوت آیه 84 تا 91 سوره مبارکه یونس که توسط برادر سید رسول نقوی تلاوت خواهد شد شروع میکنیم. ترجمه فارسی انشاءالله توسط برادر علی حبیبی and the English translation will be recited by brother میلاد صفدری انشاءالله. از آقای سید رسول نقوی خواهش میکنیم که تشریف بیارن و آیه 84 تا 91 تلاوت بفرمایند. سر سلامتی خودشان و فامیل محترمشان صلوات محمدی پسند ختم بفرمایند عزیزان. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقال موسى يا قوم إن كنتم آمنتم بالله فعليه توكلوا إن كنتم مسلمين. فقالوا على الله توكلنا ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين. وأوحينا إلى موسى وأخيه أن تبوأ لقومكما بمصر بيوتا واجعلوا بيوتكم قبلة وأقيموا الصلاة وبشر المؤمنين. وقال موسى ربنا على قلوبهم فلا يؤمنوا حتى يروا العذاب الأليم. قال قد أجيبت دعوتكما فاستقيما ولا تتبعان سبيل الذين لا يعلمون. وجاوزنا ببني إسرائيل البحر فأتبعهم فرعون وجنوده بغيا وعداوة حتى إذا أدركه الغرق قال آمنت أنه لا إله أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. الآن وقد عصيت قبل وكنت من المفسدين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. بر خاتم انبیا محمد صلوات.
به نام خداوند بخشاینده مهربان. موسی گفت ای قوم من، اگر به راستی به خدا ایمان دارید پس به او توکل کنید، اگر تسلیم اراده او هستید. گفتند به خدا توکل میکنیم ای پروردگار ما را وسیله آزمایش قوم ستمکار قرار مده و به رحمت خویش ما را از قوم کافر رهایی بخش. و موسی و برادرش وحی کردیم که برای قوم خود در مصر خانه‌های آماده کنید و خانه‌هایتان را عبادتگاه خویش قرار دهید و نماز برپا دارید و مؤمنان را بشارت بدهید. موسی گفت ای پروردگار ما، در واقع تو به فرعون و بزرگان قومش در زندگی این دنیا زیورها و مالها عطا کرده ای. پروردگارا، آنها را از راه تو گمراه می کنند. پروردگارا، اموالشان را تباه ساز و دلهایشان را سخت کن که ایمان نیاورند، تا اینکه عذاب دردناک را ببینند. خدا گفت دعای شما پذیرفته شده است. ای موسی و هارون، پس استوار بمانید و راه کسانی را که نمیدانند پیروی مکنید. ما بنی اسرائیل را از دریا گذراندیم. فرعون و سپاهیانش با گستاخی و دشمنی آنها را دنبال کردند. سرانجام آنگاه که فرعون غرق می شد گفت ایمان آوردم که هیچ خدایی جز او که بنی اسرائیل بدو ایمان آورده اند نیست و من از تسلیم شدگانم. به او گفته شد آیا اکنون؟ اما کوتاه زمانی پیش تو عصیان می کردی و از تبهکاران بودی. صدق الله العلی العظیم. صلوات.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And Musa said, O my people, if you believe in Allah, then rely on Him if you submit. So they said, Oh, on Allah we rely. O our Lord, make us not subject to the persecution of the unjust people. And do thou deliver us by thy mercy from the unbelieving people. And we revealed to Musa and his brothers, saying, take for your people houses to abide in Egypt, and make your houses places of worship, and keep up prayer. And give good news to the believers. And Musa said, Our Lord, surely thou hast given Pharaoh and his chiefs finery and riches in the world's life. To this end, our Lord, that they lead astray from thy way. Our Lord, destroy their riches and harden their hearts, so that they believe not until they see the painful punishment. He said, the prayer of you both has indeed been accepted. Therefore continue in the right way and do not follow the path of those who do not know. And we made the children of Israel to pass through the sea. Then Pharaoh and his hosts followed them for oppression and tyranny, until when drowning overtook him, he said, I believe that there is no God but he in whom the children of Israel believe, and I am of those who submit. What? Now and indeed you disobeyed before, and you were of the mischief makers.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از برادر سید رسول نقوی، آقا علی حبیبی و میلاد صفتری for reciting Quran and for an English translation. As I've been mentioning, we're not going to have second session until Friday, inshallah. On Friday, we can accommodate up to 2 or 3 people maybe. But because due to its working day and school day, we want to finish earlier. After a few announcements, we will have our Jaga Mudarris speech. But first thing first, your financial support, my brothers and sisters. We need your financial support. Please see Brother Ziyai Amili or Brother Sayyid Razak to pay your monthly donations. And just as a reminder, your monthly pledges and monthly donations are tax deductible. So anything that you pay towards masjid, you can deduct it from your next year's tax. Because we are a non-profit organization, you can do that. Our Muharram programs will continue through the Next Tuesday, inshallah, September 10th, 7:30 every night. Our programs include congregation prayers, recitation of Ziyarat Ashura, the recitation of Quran and Farsi English translation, and speech by Hujjatul Islam, Aghay Mudarris, and we will end with Azadari every night. We have the blood drive, as you can see. We have Imam Hussein's blood drive on Sunday. As I've been mentioning in past couple nights, our goal this year is to save 500 lives between 3 centers, Masjid al-Rasul, Zainabiyya, and Jafariya. So please make sure that you sign up for this blood drive. If you have any the family or friends who are not coming here but they are interested, or spread the word, they don't even have to be Muslim. If you would like to talk to your work friends and you have them to come and donate blood, that would be great as well. So please spread the word. In 2017 that we started this sunnah, we saved 204 lives. In 2018, last year, the number jumped up to 304 lives saved. And this year, our goal is 500. So please make sure that you sign up for that. The contact numbers are here for brothers and for sisters. So for brothers, please contact Ehsan Reza. And from the sister side, please contact Sister Amina Haidar. There are 2 packages for Arba'in, if you would like to go and participate in Arba'in Walk in Karbala, Iraq. Both packages are for, the price is the same, $2,500. And the deadline to sign up for this is September 20th. The difference in 2 packages are the number of days. One is shorter, one is a little bit longer. The first package is from October 12th through October 22nd. And the second package from October 12th through October 22nd. Both packages include airline tickets, hotel, and your food. So again, I just wanted to mention that Masjid or me or Dr. Nikmat, we are not getting any commission out of this $2,500. It's just an option for you guys. If you would like to go, it's another option that you can check it out. Or you can, if you want to compare the prices, here is one price that we have. For more information, please see Brother Dr. Nikmat, inshallah, or his son, Sayyid Rasul Nakawi, who is here. What is the name of this group? Do you know? Do you guys have a group name like Ray of Light? Sayyid's group. Okay. And fortunately, we have his son. His father is going to take this tour, so you can talk to him directly, or you can contact Dr. Nikmat for more information. If you would like to sponsor for food for one night these days, please see me or see Ajaga Mudaris. We will direct you to the people who are responsible for food schedule. Parking is a hot topic issue these days. Please make sure that when you're coming late, if you're coming late and there's no spot in the parking lot inside here, please don't block anybody's car. The issue or the problem with that is that if somebody wants to leave, we don't know, it might be an emergency, they might have sick people at home, or some people are on call 24 hours, 7 days a week from their work, so they want to go right away, they have to leave. The problem with that is that most of the time they come to me saying that if I can have a Jiaga Mudarris interrupt the program to announce this. I cannot interrupt the program right at that moment. I have to wait for the right time. Sometimes it takes maybe a minute, or sometimes maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes or more. And that 3 or 4 extra minutes could be very crucial at that moment for that person who wants to leave. So please make sure that you're not blocking anybody's car, or there's a lot of space on the street. Go ahead and park there, but make sure that you're not driving anybody's driveway, and you're not blocking in front of fire hydrant. I had some time today to see the California's code for what is the rule for fire hydrant. It said, California Vehicle Code 22514 states, in general, the law prohibits persons from stopping or parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. So I didn't know, maybe people cannot stand there, but cars 15 feet. So for example, if this is fire hydrant, 7.5 or 8 feet here and 7 for this side. So this is the length of one fire truck that they need that much space to come and park and use the fire hydrant to put out the fire in case of emergency. So, and if you are wondering how much is the citation or the ticket for that, it's $80. And I'm sure the price is gonna go up. It's just not 80 because they will call a tow truck. Can I have everyone's attention, please? This is for your benefit. So I'm sure that the police officer will give you a ticket for $80 and they're gonna call the tow truck to tow your car. And by the time you get there, you have to pay that tow truck anyway. So if you have extra money, please don't give it to them. Donate it towards masjid. We can put it towards a better use and make sure that you're not parking there. We're located in a residential area, my brothers and sisters. Please make sure that when you're exiting the majlis every night, please don't make any noises. Please don't talk loud. Pretty soon we're gonna have a bigger problem because they're building these senior apartments just right under our nose here. So we have to get everybody trained and be ready for that time. So please, when you're leaving the masjid at the end of the program, please make sure that you are not talking, laughing outside, bothering our neighbors. And lastly, please help us keep our masjid clean as much as possible. Please, once you're eating, please look around you. Please make sure that you are not leaving anything unattended, paper cups, paper plates, food containers, and if there's any food spilled on the carpet, please clean up after yourself and keep our masjid clean as much as possible. Haji Agha Mudarris' speech that he started it, the title of his speech is Pursuit of Tranquility. He started it at the beginning of Muharram, and he's gonna elaborate on that until the day of Ashura, every night inshallah. And we're gonna have his speech right now. میریم و از معذر حجت الاسلام و المسلمین آقای مدرس استفاده میکنیم سر سلامتی خودشان صلوات محمدی پسند ختم بفرمایید عزیزان. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد.
صلوات على محمد و آل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. They give me a list of, I assume, people who are in need of dua. Some of them are ill. So remember all the people who ask you to pray for them, including these people. Muhammad Reza, Nushin, Rashin Reza, Muhammad Abbas, Babak, Fatima, Mahmoud, Nargiz, Zahra, Hussein, and everybody else that they ask you to pray for them. Let's recite Surah Ham for the sake of Shifa of all those who are mariz and ill with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Malik yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله العبد المؤيد والرسول المصدد أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين سيما بقية الله في السماوات والأراضين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن الكريم إن شر الدواب عند الله الصم البكم الذين لا يعقلون. Sadaqallahu al-Aliyyul Azim, for the honor of all of the martyrs of human history, all those who sacrificed their life for a greater cause, especially the martyrs of the day of Ashura in the land of Karbala. Recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Verse I recited from Surah Anfal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the worst of the living creature. Dabba in Arabic language is any living creature, including animals, human beings, plants. And then Allah said the worst of all these living creatures, inna sharra dawab indallah, the worst of them before God is the one who's sum. In Arabic, sum means the one who's deaf. And then bukm, the one who's dumb. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Buk means dumb, and referring to the one who's incapable of communicating, speaking. And then then Quran says, "Alladhina la yaqilun," those who are not capable of using the reason, using aql. The one who's not exercising the power of reason, that's the worst of living creatures. So of course, when we talk about deaf and dumb, we're not talking about people with disabilities, right? These are referring to the people that they are incapable of hearing what's right, or they don't care about the truth and listening to the truth. And dumb is referring to those who are not saying the truth and haqq. They stay quiet when they have to speak up. So in Quran, the word aql, reason, has been used so many times. And most of the time it's coming in a negative form. What it means that Quran says majority of human beings, they do not exercise the power of reason. They do not use aql. Not that they do not have aql. They have the ability, they have the power of reason, but they do not use it. They just keep it intact. And Allah said these are the worst creatures. And if you look at in human history, a lot of tragedy took place not because of oppressors and tyrants. They were one of the culprits of a lot of tragedies in human history. But rather the silence of the people who could have done something, but they decided to don't do anything, to just be a bystander and indifferent toward the situations. I think this has been said by Martin Luther King about the importance of allies and having people who speak up. So that after the aftermath of tragedies and oppression and dhulm, the madhloom and oppressed do not remember the oppressor as much as remembering those people who could have helped the oppressed and they didn't do anything about it. Because the oppressor's nature was to do oppression. Right? It's not that they're forgiven. It's that you do not expect better than that from a zalim. You don't expect better than that from Yazid. Right? When you look at personalities like Yazid, you don't expect better than that coming from such personalities. But when you look at people like Abdullah ibn Umar, when you look at the people of Kufa and the great leaders of the tribes of Kufa, you expect more than that from them because they were the one who wrote letters to Imam Hussein. So it is important to talk about aql because a lot of chaos in our life come from jahl. Ignorance is the reason we have a lot of issues and problems in life. And Quran talks about that. It said, when you see there is a brother going against brother, the root of it is jahl. When somebody is jealous of someone else, is because of jahl, ignorance. When somebody prioritizes dunya over their akhirah, it's because of jahl, ignorance. Is that they do not know better, unfortunately. Or even if they know, they tend to ignore it. So the second contributor of tranquility, the second important factor of sakina in life is to use aql, to exercise power of reason, intellectuality, and wisdom, to utilize it properly. But when we say aql, I've heard it so many times, when somebody financially doing well, we call them aqil. They invested their money in, I don't know, let's say property and let's say real estate, we call that person aqil. He's a wise guy. When somebody come in a matter of dunya, associate the amount of wealth with reason. He's a smart. The word smart is not aql, but we usually in our mind, the moment we hear somebody's aqil and wise, what we think about? Money. Even religious people. Even religious people, and you can, at least those of us that we have the facade of a religion. Means we go to masjid, we do our prayers, we recite Quran, we go to Muharram, we fast in Ramadan. That's what I mean by religious. With the zahir and the facade is religious. Even for us, a person who has dunya is successful. And with that criteria, when you look at the standard of Quran, it's not only about dunya. We talk about that dunya is part of life, we cannot deny it. But to consider the standard of aql only based on the measurement of your wealth, that's injustice to aql, that's injustice to reason. And we look at the Ahlul Bayt of the Prophet, how many of them were considered wealthy? How many of them? They were never beggars, so do not take them as people who are, God forbid, needy and raise their hand before another person. They never did that. The izzah, the dignity that they had, regardless of what kind of financial situation they lived within, that's something we cannot deny. They had that honor, that dignity. Thank you so much. So, at the same time, they were not people of that they pursue luxury in life either. They had enough to take care of themselves and even give. So we have people who come to each of our imam and they return with hundreds of dinar and dirham for them as a source of loan or just helping them with that exchange. So they had some resources. They were not poor in that definition. But when we talk about aql, what do we mean by aql? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so if you want to understand what is the proper intellectuality and aql, is a way of life, is a way of reason that leads you to find God. مَا عُبِدَ بِهِ الرَّحْمَنِ وَاكْتُسِبَ بِهِ الْجِنَانِ. Prophet said. So the definition of proper aql and reason is that you will be able to find God and worship Him, because that was the reason. One of the biggest question of human philosophy, the humanity and the philosophers is this one. Is there a God? If some of the brothers come, inshallah, a bit to the right, maybe we can have more people, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. A bit, just a bit. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. So, two standard for aql according to Prophet. Ma ubida bih rahman. The proper reason and intellectuality leads you toward God. If you exercise it properly, you have to end up becoming Abdullah. That's number one. So it means if somebody is rich and through that richness and wealth, they serve God, they're smart. They're wise. But if that money just to stock them in dunya and they forget about God, that's not a wise person. That's the reason we have Qarun in Quran and we have Sulaiman. One, both are rich, wealthy. Of course, the power of the Sulaiman is nothing comparable with Qarun, is beyond and is supersede that in many levels. But ultimately, both of them are resourceful. One of them is a servant of God, one is not. So مَا عُبِدَ بِهِ الرَّحْمَنِ. Second, وَاكْتُسِبَ بِهِ الْجِنَانِ. That ultimately leads you towards salvation. Jinan, we're talking about ultimately passing the test of God. Heaven and blessings and na'amat of God, that's what Jannah and Jinan is about. So, in this life you find God and serve God. In the life after, ultimately you earn salvation. This is aql. And we talked about it, that if you just worship, you will not be able to acquire these two. Just with worship only, we will not be able to serve God properly. We will not be able to acquire salvation either. Because if it was only worship of God enough, Imam Hussein should have stayed in Medina, but he didn't. Remember that. Worship means prayers, fasting, Hajj, all these activities are part of obedience and servitude of God. But service of God comes in so many forms. This misunderstanding is hurting us so much. And it's come from Jahl again. I've probably read so many books by different Muslim scholars, Shia and Sunni, that they try to study the reason why young people, they're losing the connection they have with religion. Why young people abandoning religion? And every scholar have their own take, their own reason, their own study, which I don't think none of them are absolutely right or absolutely wrong. They have some of it right. Because it's not the same reason for every person. For example, some of them said people give up on faith after they see division among Muslims. When they see unnecessary arguments and fights and debates, that's why young Muslims are getting discouraged to get into Islam. Because the moment they want to learn something, they saw people arguing all the time. And they don't like that. They want to just learn. In some cases it's true. Without a doubt, tafraqa, division, is something that is off-putting, is discouraging, it is repulsive. It's not something that anybody likes, including young or old people. Some people said the young people are not losing the connection with religion because of the way we approach connecting with them. We use old method. We have to update ourselves. We have to use the new method of how to engage them, which is true. In some cases, we're very traditional. We're using method that they're not even recommended by religion rather than coming from culture. That's some truth to that as well. But there's not just one or two reasons. There are more. They're more complex. It's not just the issue of the disease that we see in a Muslim ummah is not one or two virus. It's coming from so many different reasons. It's come from external causes. There's a lot of propaganda against Islam. For someone who did not come to, a masjid, and they did not have a good source of being introduced to a reliable and authentic source of studying Islam, all they have to do is just go search Shia online. And what is popping out in Google, I discourage you from looking it up. It's not something you consider to be a proper understanding of Shia Islam. Or even if you put Islam, what it comes up at a Google search and which one are the top one that basically based on the advertisement or what they paid or the number of hit they had, that is the source that we have for a lot of people. And not everybody is lucky to find a good lecture or a good book or a good article to read about Islam. So there are external factors, there are internal issues. All of them give hand in hand, and we have issues in our communities, and we cannot deny it. It exists. But our approach toward that, it should be, as Imam Hussein's approach was, with aql, with reason, with proper, wise method that they are being recommended by the Ahlul Bayt. None of them mention that if you want to bring somebody back, use condescension. Somebody, for whatever reason, they were never connected to God, or they were and they lost that connection. Never in any teaching of the Prophet, of the Quran, or in the teaching of the family of the Prophet, you will not see one of them as condescension. Oh, you're weak, or you're not good enough, or you don't understand. Condescension is opposite of that. What Quran says, فَبَشِّرْ عِبَادٍ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Quran's approach toward people, even people who are undecided, confused, they don't know what to do, is give this glad news, this great news to my servants, that their responsibility is to listen first. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ. They listen first, they pay attention, they understand first. فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Then they pick and choose what is best. Not as what is best to their desires, not as what they like better is easier, what is considered to be best to the aql, to the reason. So أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ هَدَاهُمُ اللَّهُ. These are the guided ones. Tell me, the approach of God toward His creation, is it condescension? You have to blindly follow me. I'm your God, and you don't have any right to ask any question, and you have to blindly follow. So how can we go and approach somebody for whatever reason, young, old men, women, they lost that connection with their faith. If we are trying to fix something, whenever, in which teaching of Islam says go and put them down, or insult them, or humiliate them? Which again, going back to one of the reasons we unfortunately have that loss of connection between some of the members of our community is because of our approach. We think we are know-it-all and everybody have to listen to me. From the position of a scholar to the position of a volunteer to somebody who's just come regularly to masjid, our responsibility is to be humble, to listen. Quran said, يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلِ. How can I guide someone if I don't even know why they're misguided? Unless you've seen probably when you go to the doctor, before you even say what kind of symptoms you have, the doctor already write you a prescription and give you what's wrong with you. In religious world and realm is the same concept. So we have to look for aql, to exercise and use it properly, to acquire those two, the servitude, service to Allah, through all the different puzzle. And from jahl, from ignorance, is somebody who would read a bit about religion. That's why we have to read. That's why we have to study on a religion. If you read just one or two books, couple of articles about Islam, with reliable authors, not anybody who consider themselves expert in Islam because they read the translation of Quran 2 times. Not those. Those who actually studied Islam. Couple of articles what they wrote, well-known scholars. You understand that the servitude of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not about only salat. It's about a continuous servitude, that from the moment you wake up, you serve God. Even when you have your breakfast, you serve God. When you talk to your child and you're smiling to your child, that's a service of God. How many traditions you've seen? That when somebody smiles to the face of their parents, that's an act of worship. Wake up and just give a smile to your parents. That's ibadat, that's worship. When you kiss your child out of love and compassion, that's an act of worship. The misunderstanding is that those who are considered themselves enlightened, open-minded, they only practice that part. They don't wake up for morning for Fajr, they only kiss their child. But the one who understand religion accordingly, they wake up for Fajr prayers, and also they have that beautiful connection with their family. Because they know to serve God, you need all the pieces. All these pieces of the puzzle create a perfect image, which we call Abdullah. And we need all of them, without exception. We need that Fajr prayers, nothing can replace it. And then I need to have a breakfast with my family and have a proper akhlaq and etiquette with them to serve God. And then when you go to your business, you deal with your coworker, how you deal with them, how punctual you are in your business. That's an act of worship, because you have to fulfill your promise. If you made a covenant, a contract, you have to stay by it. That's also an act of worship. I never stopped worshiping God. That's the reason when Ayatollah Bahjat was asked, We try to focus in our prayers, but we get easily distracted. The moment we start our prayers, we try very, very hard, but we get distracted. Why is that? Give us a key, give us a shortcut, a solution. And he said, the reason you get distracted is because the entire day you forget God totally. In your business, you forget that you're a Muslim doing business. You swear to God without even understanding that you should not take the name of God lightly. What kind of money you earn, that's a question you don't ask. You first earn it and then you give part of that money to sadaqah, to charity and to masjid, without asking where this money came from. What's the point of me giving a haram money to sadaqah and charity? Ayatollah Baja said, if in your business, if from morning to zuhr, when you do any other activity, when you study, when you're in school, when you're at your work, when you're in your house, you don't stop serving God. It means all those other activities, you're doing it according to the God's plan. You have a proper akhlaq, you have a proper interaction with your family, with your coworkers, with your friends. Then when it comes to the time of prayers, you're already connected. You don't have that much reason to get distracted. You just continue on the same rhythm. You create a momentum from the morning, you continue. But from the Fajr, you do the Fajr and then you serve shaitan and your nafs and your desires and your far-fetched dreams. And then at Zuhr, you want to amazingly, miraculously turn off the service of shaitan and turn off the service of God. You can't. It's like somebody who's, just run for 100 meters. Can you just stop after the 100 meter? Let's say you just run as fast as you can. And then say, at that moment that I stop, I'm going to start breathing normally. Can you? What's going to happen after you make that fast run? What are you going to do? Catch your breath, right? You start breathing until you go to the normal rhythm. How our soul can do that we serve shaitan. The time of azan, we don't even say azan and iqamah, Allahu Akbar. And now we expect the soul to be ready to go completely in a new mode. So do a bit of reflection that service of God come from all these different forms. My brothers and sisters, when we come to Jama'ah prayers, it's highly recommended to stay in the first line. That's an act of worship. You do Jama'ah prayers. But if you give your place to someone else, for whatever reason, is that an act of worship or not? Is that sacrifice an act of worship or not? I'm sitting on my comfortable chair and I want to serve God with listening to Quran, listening to maw'izah and advice. But I give my chair to somebody who are elder and Quran and Prophet said respect and honor elders. Is that an act of worship or not? I try to listen to the speech, my child started crying. I take them out to comfort my child. Is that an act of worship or not? The misunderstanding is that no, that's the only form of worship. I cannot disrupt it with other things. And we consider other activity not an act of worship. But I talked about this, that Rasulullah, in the middle of prayers, Imam Hussein used to go and climb on his shoulders and play. And Prophet would prolong his sajda. Why? Because for Hussein to play with him is an act of worship. It's not interference with worship. When Rasulullah speed up his prayers and finish his prayers quickly because the child is crying, so the mother be able to attend the child, is not somehow stealing from the time for God in order for a child, because that is another form of serving God. That's why when you sit down with a knowledgeable person, what is that? An act of worship. When you look to the face of a mu'min, a believer, you just look at their face. And they say, if you want to know who's a mu'min, when you sit with them, when you look at them, they remind you of Allah. That's what mu'min is. Some people, you look at their face and all you remember is your tragedies for some reason. The complainer, all the time complaining. Regardless of how much they have, always you see them, they have some problem. A mu'min is the one, when you look at them, they remind you of Allah. Because of what they do, because of the way they act. It's not that they have a stamp on their forehead, I'm a man of God. It's that you just look at them, you looking at them is a remembrance of Allah. So be happy if somebody said, all due respect, we didn't invite you because we know if you're going to come, you're not going to like what we do. And what we do probably is some kind of If it's not 100% haram, it's probably shubhanak. It has a bit of probability to be haram. Be happy if you're that person. Be happy. Because when they see you, they remember Allah. And I tell people, no, Shaykh, all due respect, if you want to stay longer, fine, but if you want to leave, we understand. They tell you at the end of the nikah usually. And I say, I wish that the same amount of respect you consider for me and libas that I'm wearing, you have for Allah. That's it. It will resolve a lot of issues. If you know what you're doing is wrong, why you consider this is my presence important or not, you're doing it right. But if it's not right, who are you trying hiding it from me? For me, who am I? What's my role? What authority I have to make a judgment on you or to pass a judgment on you? He is the one that's supposed to be the judge. He will be the judge. You're supposed to be, afraid and kind of considering his judgment. So ibadat has different parts. As Prophet said many times, that Prophet said for ibadat there are 100 parts, there are 70 parts. And the biggest part, for example, is to acquire a halal income. Or it's, for example, haya, modesty. Or a big piece of it is, for example, infaq, charity. They're pieces of ibadat. And if you only do one of them, that is partial service, a partial servitude. And inshallah, we're looking for absolute servitude. And next time when in Ziyarat Ashura we say, Ya Aba Abdullah, remember what is the meaning, Ya Aba Abdullah. That's the kunya. The kunya, it's an Arabic naming. They have a first name, then they have instead of last name, they have kunya. Each person has one. For example, the kunya of our Prophet is Abul Qasim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. The kunya of our third Imam, Imam Hussein is Aba Abdullah. Which means Abdullah means servant of God. And understand when you say Ya Aba Abdullah, calling him, understand that he is an absolute embodiment of servitude of God. He served God completely and fully, not just worship in the form of praying and fasting, but in every imaginable form. When you look at his relationship with his children, I said, just think about it, how he was with his family. And the musibah of Sayyid al-Shahada, just imagine if God forbid, I'm somebody who, God forbid, physically abused my family, my wife, my child. Remember, what is the criteria of the enemies of Imam Hussein? They were people of slapping too. The enemies of Imam Hussein slapped women and children. And if I love Hussein and cry for Hussein, how can I be somebody who even consider physical abuse toward my family? This is ibadah too. How embarrassed I have to be to face Imam Hussein if I'm physically abusive. اگر خدای نکرده ما دست ما بالای خانواده ما بلند می شود. بعد ما روزه میخوانن گریه میکنیم برای که سیلی زدن حضرت رقیه رو. یا برای حضرت زینب چه ظلمی کردن. بعد اون مردی که بخواد خدای نکرده دستش بلند بشود بالای خانوادهش. این چه جور خجالتی باید بکشد در درگاه خدا. که تو دیگه چرا گریه میکنی؟ یک کسی باید با حال تو گریه کنن. و چه جرأتی داریم ما؟ چه جرأتی داریم در درگاه خدا؟ که ظلم میکنیم بعد بر مظلوم گریه میکنیم. از هر دو کاسه میخوریم. بر مظلومیت امام حسین گریه میکنیم. با خودمون برای خودمون در حد خودمون ظالمیم. ما قدرت یزید رو نداریم. والله یزید باید شاید پیش ما میام شاگردی میکرد. خداوند ما رو شناخته از چیزی بیشتر از این به ما نداده است. تمام تسلط ما سر یک خانواده و 2 اولاد است. اینجوری ظلم میکنیم. اگه قرار بود یک مملکت رو دست ما بدن چه میکردیم؟ So aql is to exercise the power of reason properly. I'm going to inshallah finish with the beginning of a hadith and I elaborate more on this topic. Remember, I start with the ayah from Surah Anfal. The worst of the living creature, Allah said, those who do not use the ability to hear, to listen properly. Those who do not listen, that they are deaf, and those who are dumb. Means when they have to listen and it actually affects them, it doesn't. I've seen people, their mothers are crying before them. Nothing. The selfishness does not let them to even be influenced and affected by the tears of the mother. They see it, it doesn't affect them. Or that they are dumb. They have to speak up sometimes, but they don't. They can't say something, but they don't. They decide to stay quiet. In a matter of defending themselves, they do, by the way. These dumb people we're talking about, we're not talking about those that they are quiet when they are oppressed. If you hurt them a bit, they're going to start screaming. They're going to let the entire world know about their problem. If somebody did a partnership or did kind of, betrayal to them, they go every circle. Let's sit down, let me tell you about that guy. 20 years ago, that guy, took a $10 away from this. He's not going to let it go. But if other people's right, they're not going to speak up. It's not my problem. It's not my issue. When we can do something, they don't consider my problem. And it said, الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. These are the ones who do not exercise the power of reason, aql. What are the power of aql? There is a hadith by our 8th Imam, Imam Ali ibn Musa Raza alayhi salatu wassalam. That Imam talks about criteria of aql, but my time is over, so I finish here. I start with the number 1 and I leave inshallah the rest of it. Imam says, لا يتم عقل امرئ مسلم. Somebody's aql and reason and intellectuality will not be complete unless they have these qualities. I've talked about this lecture, this topic, I think 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, in a different center. So if you were there, inshallah, it would be a review for you. But for our community, I think it will be a new piece of hadith, a new hadith. But again, if you listen to this one, is a good reminder. And I consider it's very useful. It's one of those ahadith that, if inshallah we pay attention, it could be very practical, very practical and beneficial to our daily lives, both of them. The first one, Imam says, somebody's aql and reason will not be complete unless they never give up on the thirst of learning. Ayyam ad-dahrih. Dahr means your lifetime. And the Imam says the first quality that you will not be considered somebody with a complete aql without it is that you always consider yourself a student of learning. Ayyam ad-dahr is your lifetime. Means never consider yourself a graduate, that I know enough. Even our maraji and our scholars never say, oh, I'm graduated. In Hawza, we don't have graduation, by the way. You finish a level, but you never consider a graduate. You're constantly learning. And that should be an approach and a mentality, an attitude of a believer, always learning. So even if your child teaches you something, I'm 60 years old, my child is teaching me something I don't know, alhamdulillah. There's nothing to be embarrassed about that. I'm 40 years old, I don't know how to do my prayer correctly. I sit down with a 15-year-old that they know how to pray correctly, and I learn from them. There is no embarrassment. That should be the approach. Abu Rayhan Biruni is he is the one that when he was dying on his deathbed, one of the, basically his friends came to visit him on his deathbed. And said, we knew that this is no coming out of this illness. He's going to die in a matter of minutes or hour. But he said, Abu Rayhan, look at me and ask me a question, something about trigonometry, musallasat. And I told him, you're dying. What are you asking that question? Just take your breath, save your breath. And he said, if I die with knowing that is better, it's an additional piece of information because he was a scientist. That's the kind of question he knew to ask. Or if I die without knowing it, which one is better? He said, I didn't argue with him. I gave him the answer. And as soon as I walked out, I heard the people weeping and crying that he passed away. That was the approach of true scholars and scientists. And that was the approach of Muslim scholars, that they brought us to the golden age of Islam. Not now that, unfortunately, procrastination and saying, life is, I'm dying. How old are you? I'm 40 or 50 or 60 and I'm dying. And people give up on learning totally. And that's the moment aql replaces with jahiliyyah, stubbornness. May Allah inshallah give us the tawfiq to exercise the power, the gift of Allah, which is aql and reason, to understand our religion the way it was meant to be understood by humanity, the way that Quran and the Prophet and his family taught us to understand it, that service of God, ibadat of God comes in so many forms, and we can serve Him every activity during the day. May Allah inshallah give us that tawfiq. For the honor of Abu Abdullah, recite the salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. I recite the musibah in Farsi, but the meaning, I want you to put your head down and imagine you've heard these musibat. Even if it's a language you don't understand, when you remember the tragedy of Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam, you touch that humanity that we're supposed to be affected by this great musibah that was inflicted upon the family of the Prophet and Sayyid al-Shuhada. The musibah I recite is the musibah of Abdullah, son of Imam Hassan. He was an 11-year-old child of Imam Hassan, orphan of Imam Hassan, who came to Karbala with Imam Hassan. But because he was so young, he was staying with women, until all the companion and all the Bani Hashim, those who were capable of fighting, they went and they were martyred. Imam Hussein was the final person who went to the battle, and this child was watching his uncle. And as Imam was surrounded by the enemy, his hand was in the hand of Hazrat Zainab. For a second, he pulled his hand and he started running toward Imam Hussein alayhi salam to defend his uncle, 11-year-old. And remember, I talk about when it comes to ifrat, the extreme, that there is no balance, that these people who killed Imam Hussein, they had no balance. Even an 11-year-old did not give a pass. They did not get a forgiveness, or let's just give him, let's give him his life. Let's return him to his family. They strike them. And we have that he blocked Imam Hussein to defend the body of Imam Hussein with his hand. His hand, we have that, was stuck to a piece of flesh. He fell down on the chest of Hussein. And the last moment of the life of this child was Imam Hussein comforting the orphan of his brother. Let's put our head down and remember this tragedy. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah, ya Husayn ibn Ali, ayyuha al-shaheed, ya ibn Rasulullah, ya Hujjat Allah ala khalqih, ya Sayyidana wa Mawlana. إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا يا وجيها اشفع لنا. من یتیمم ولی پدر دارم. یتیم امام مجتبی عبدالله ابن حسن برادر قاسم، 11 سال. من یتیمم ولی پدر دارم، دست لطف عمو به سر دارم. رفته میدان عمو از دوریش، دل خون و دو چشم تر دارم. دست من را رها کن ای عمه، به خدا نیت سفر دارم، نگرانم نباش من مردم، من کجا ترس از خطر دارم. در رگم خون فاتح جمل است، پرچمدار امیرالمومنین در جنگ جمل امام مجتبی است، امام حسن است. در رگم خون فاتح جمل است، نوه شیرم و جگر دارم. میروم تا فدای او بشوم، من برای عمو سپر دارم. وقد ضعف عن القتال فقال عليه السلام بسم الله وعلى ملة رسول الله، ثم رفع رأسه إلى السماء وقال إلهي تعلم أنهم يقتلون ابن بنت نبيهم. روز عاشورا وقتی ابا عبدالله از شدت جهاد و قتال مدتی رو استراحت کرد، شروع کرد به ذکر خدا و نام خدا، سر رو به آسمان بلند کرد و حسین فرمود خدایا همانا شاهد باش این مردم میدانن فرزند رسول خدا رو میکشن. ثم ضعف من كثرة بعاث الدم فلبثوا قلیلا ثم کروا علی. از شدت خونی که از زخمهای مبارک جاری شده بود لحظه ای درنگ کرد ابا عبدالله، فخرج الیه عبدالله ابن الحسن وهو غلام لم يراهق من عند النساء يشتد حتى وقف الى جنب الحسين. وقتی که ابا عبدالله رو دوره کردن، این فرزند امام مجتبی عبدالله از خیمه خارج شد، خود را از دست زنان رها کرد، شروع کرد دویدن به سمت عمویش حسین تا خودش رو کنار ابا عبدالله رساند. فلحقته زينب بنت علي لتحبسه فامتنع امتناعا شديدا وقال لا افارق عمي. زینب آمد این طفل رو از حسین جدا کند، هر چه کرد عبدالله خود رو به بدن حسین جذبانده، صدا زد به خدا قسم از عمویم جدا نمی شوم. دشمنان آمدن دور این طفل حسین رو گرفتن، یکی از این دشمنان شمشیر رو بلند کرد ضربه بزند. فقال له الغلام ویلک یا ابن الخبیثه اتقتل عمی. ای فرزند خبیث آیا میخوای عموی من رو ضربه بزنی؟ فضربه بالسيف فاتقاها بيده فبقيت على الجلد معلقه. شمشیر رو فرود آورد، این طفل 11 سال دست آورد سپر بلای حسین کرد. شمشیر فرود آمد، دست این طفل جدا شد، به پوست آویزان شد، صدای نالش بلند شد. فنادا یا عما فأخذه وضمه إليه وقال يا ابن أخي اصبر على ما نزل بك واحتسب في ذلك الخير. افتاد روی سینه ابا عبدالله، رو کرد به فرزند برادر عبدالله، عزیز برادرم صبور باش، همانا میبینم پدرت حسن منتظر و چشم به راه تو است. عبدالله در آغوش حسین ای خون جاری شد، هر مله ملعون نگذاش حتی وداع حسین و برادرزاده تمام شود. تیری بر گلوی عبدالله نشست. یک نفس آمدم تا که عمو را نزنی، که به این سینه مجروح تو با پا نزنی. ذکر لا حول ولا از دو لبش میبارند، با چنین نیزه سرسخت به لبها نزنی. و علا لعنت الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Ya Allah, by the honor of Abu Abdullah and Hussein, answer our du'as and prayers tonight. By the honor of Abu Abdullah and Hussein, honor all of our ill, all of our mariz with shifa. By the honor of Abu Abdullah and Hussein, all of our hajat, all of our needs that you know is our khair. If it's for our own sake, Ya Allah, grant us those dua. By the honor of Abu Abdullah and Hussein, in our offspring, in our lineage, in our family, do not have anyone who have the hatred of Abu Abdullah and Hussein. Ya Allah, increase the love of Sayyid al-Shuhada and the love of Ashab Abu Abdullah and Hussein alayhi salam. Let's say inshallah, everybody stand up. We finish with Azadari. Our respected sisters, inshallah, if you continue the program in the next hall, I would appreciate. Inshallah, we finish with a short Azadari. May Allah inshallah accept from all of the mu'mineen inshallah. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا عبد الله. سيدي يا مظلوم يا أبا عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم يا أبا عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك، السلام. Inshallah, stand at straight lines. Jazakallah khair. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah khair.
صلوات دون بلندتر ختم. جواب نوحه: بیا در کربلا زهرا حسینت را تماشا کن. بیا در کربلا زهرا حسینت را تماشا کن. بیا در کربلا زهرا حسینت را تماشا کن. بیا در بیا در کربلا یک دم، بیا در کربلا یک دم، حسین را به معین بنگر. تنش پامال اسپان و پر از خون بر زمین بنگر. بنگر بیا در کربلا زهرا حسینت را تماشا کن بلا زهرا حسینی به کفن به سر حسینی به کفن به سر ز جور ظالمین بنگر حسینی به کفن به سر ز جور ظالمین بنگر بیا در کربلا زهرا بیا در کربلا زهرا بیا در کربلا زهرا نگر حال یتیمان را در آتش خیمه ها بنگر شنو فریاد و افغان را بیا در کربلا بیا در نبودی فاطمه بینی نبودی فاطمه بینی حسین را ظهر عاشورا میان لشکر دشمن لب تشنه تک و تنها بیا در بیا در زباد قتل او زینب زباد قتل او زینب ز جان خود دیگر سیر است به بالینش نشین یک دم جراحاتش مداوا کن بیا در بیا در بر محمد اهل بیت محمد صلوات
تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید ناله و آتشارا اما خاموش کنید ناله و آتشارا اما خاموش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید تشنگان حرم عشق اما گوش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید آب را از نظر خویش فراموش کنید میر میرسد دم بدم از القمه فریاد حسین کیست این لحظه کند رو به امداد حسین؟ خیمه ها را همگی جمله سیاه پوش کنید، خیمه ها را همگی جمله سیاه پوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید، تشنگان عشق همه گوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. جسم عباس علمدار زمین افتاده، جسم عباس علمدار زمین افتاده، با لب تشنه نگهبان حرم جان داده. میز جام غم و اندوه علم نوش کنید، میز جام غم اندوه علم نوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید، تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. کیست مردانه چو عباس علم برگیرد، کیست مردانه چو عباس علم برگیرد، رمق از پیکره ظلم و ستم برگیرد. علم اشک و ازارا همه بردوش کنید، علم اشک و ازارا همه بردوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید، تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. گل نثار تن صد پاره عباس کنید، گل نثار تن صد پاره عباس کنید. با گل بوسه همه حرمت وی پاس کنید، با گل بوسه همه حرمت وی پاس کنید. جسم صد پاره عباس در آغوش کنید، جسم صد پاره عباس در آغوش کنید. آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید، آب را از نظر خیش فراموش کنید. تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید، تشنگان حرم عشق همه گوش کنید. صلوات محمد.
اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. از همتون با عبدالله میزنم دمز علم دار رشید حرمش، شه با کرمش، مه محترمش، صفای قدمش، همان یا که نوشد سر دوشش قلمش. نهار دل زارم صفا بخش مزارم، که جز عشق جمالش به دل خیش ندارم. بهارم قرارم همه دار و ندارم، که باشد به شب اول قبرم به کنارم. شدم بنده کویش دلم بسته به مویش، شتابان دل زارم همه شب جان به کویش. چنان برگ خزانیست روان در دل جویش، ندارم به خدا جز هوس دیدن رویش. مرا کشته به والله علی واری خویش، مرا کشته به والله علی واری خویش. ابوالفضل امیرم امیر بی نظیرم، صفا بخش ضمیرم، که جز عشق روخش بر دل خسته نپذیرم. چه خوش باشد اگر باز زند باد و ستیرم، که سیدش شوم و زیر قدمهاش بمیرم. ز غیرش همه سیرم، ز غیرش همه سیرم، دل از عشق خدایی ابوالفضل نگیرم. علم دار فضل، علم دار ابوالفضل، سپهدار از علم دار، از سپهدار، ای جهانگیر و جهاندار. فضل بود دلبر و دلدار، اول فضل جهانگیر و جهاندار، بود دلبر و دلدار. مرا یار از مددکار، تپش های دل حیدر کرار، شده در حرم فاطمه پرگار. زنم جار، آی زنم جار، بود عشق شرر بار. فضل بود عشق شرر بار، بگویم سر دیوان سر دار. فضل بگویم سر دیوان سر دار. آسنم برز هوایش، دلم جای ولایش، غلامم به سرایش، همه هستی و دینم به فدایش. ربوده ز سر روح الامین عقل صدایش، بود محور عرش ازلی دست جدایش. حسین ابن علی شوره توحید بخواند ز برایش، کسی نیست به پایش به قربان ولایش، به قربان گره بند قبایش، به قربان گره بند قبایش. علمدار سپهدار، علمدار. ماشاءالله. اللهم صلوات.
یاد تو در عالم آتش زده بر جان ها، هر جاز فراقی تو چاکس گریبان ها. انسان که تو جان دادی در رای رضای حق آقا، آدم به تو می نازد ای اشرف انسان ها. عاشق روی عمو آخرین سرباز، آخرین سرباز، عاشق روی غمو آخرین سرباز، آخرین سرباز. می رود سوی غمو کودک جان باز، کودک جان باز، عاشق روی همو آخرین سرباز، آخرین سرباز، عاشق روی غمو یادگار مجتبی می کشد از دل ندا، یادگار مجتبی می کشد از دل ندا. ای عمو جان یا حسین، ای عمو جان یا حسین، ای دست خود کرده رها تا شود آزاد، دست خود کرده رها تا شود آزاد. می رود زهرا صفت تا کند امداد، بعدو شد روبرو شد عمل در دست بو. حافظ جان غمو ایمو جان یا حسین، ایمو جان یا حسین، ایم غنچه های گل شدد شاخ آویزان، غنچه های گل شدد شاخ آویزان. شد نثار دست و تیر نامردان، شد با پایان آرزو قطره های خون و شد گل روی غمو. ایمو جان یا حسین، ایمو جان یا حسین، ایمو أيامو جان يا حسين أيامو جان يا حسين أيامو أجركم الله باراغو پیمبر کہ غلی جان منات ام بجان علی و اسم محمد صلوات.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله يا نبي الله يا خير خلق الله يا خاتم النبيين. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين ويا إمام المتقين علي بن أبي طالب. السلام عليك يا مولاتنا يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليكم أيها الحسن والحسين سبطي نبي الرحمة والسيد شباب أهل الجنة. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين. السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي الباقر. السلام عليك يا جعفر بن محمد الصادق. السلام عليك يا موسى بن جعفر الكاظم. السلام عليك يا علي بن موسى الرضا المرتضى. السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي التقي الجواد. السلام عليك يا علي بن محمد الهادي النقي. السلام عليك يا حسن بن علي العسكري الزكي. السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان يا خليفة الرحمن يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك. السلام عليكم يا أهل بيت النبوة ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء مرضانا ولتعجيل الفرج مولانا رحم الله لمن قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات.